Hey everyone, it's Eric. So I wanted to do this video that actually explains how I was able to taper down off of Suboxone to finally get to the point to where I was able to just stop it completely. Now, say if you're at the point um, where you have no choice, you have to stop using right now, or your dealer's out, you have no way to get any, and you've been wanting to quit anyway. Well, you'll want to watch my next video because that is how you quit cold turkey with minimal withdrawals. So that's going to be the next video. But I wanted to do this one for people like myself. Like, I had been trying to get off the Suboxone for years. It was probably about 2 years. And I was just sort of, I was just at a point to where I wasn't really trying to get off of them. I was just doing them. Of course, I was deep in addiction and deep depression. And, when you're depressed, it makes it really hard for you to try to do anything at all. More or less try to, stop using drugs, which is, in my opinion, like one of the hardest things that anybody can do. I know it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But the plan that I found, it made it really easy. Still, it's not like absolutely flawless, but it makes it doable. It makes you comfortable. Before I started Suboxone and before I started Subutex, when I was abusing opioids, like Percocets and Roxys, I would run out quite a bit. And when I would run out, I was in withdrawal, and wow, it's absolutely horrible. So I know what withdrawals feel like with absolutely no help. And actually, one time I went to the emergency room because of it, and like they gave me something for my stomach to like make it not like for spasms and stuff. Let's see, they did give me Phenergan. That did help the nausea, but there's so much more symptoms than your stomach hurting and nausea when it comes to withdrawal. And it's just crazy to me that, why not recommend supplements and things like that to really help you get through it. But I guess they wouldn't be making money that way, so of course they wouldn't do that. Anyways, I was looking on the internet, and so I finally, let's see, I think I searched how to get off Suboxone without withdrawals. I think that's what I searched. I can't remember, to be honest. But I came up with the opiate addiction group or support, opiate addiction support, and it's called the Suboxone 4 Pillars Method. Like, you can Google it. Again, it's the opiate addiction support Suboxone 4 Pillars Method. But it's you can print it out. It's almost like a book. But I printed it out, and I read it and I highlighted things that really stood out that was important. And to be honest, just reading that and seeing that there was hope, like, that finally gave me hope. Like, I seriously thought that you could not, like, I didn't think that there was a way to really get off opioids or Suboxone, whatever, with very minimal, withdrawals. I just thought it was just one of those things. So I got to reading it, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. I have like a poster with it written on it. The first thing is like exercise. That's a huge deal. Now, like, where I was still addicted, where I was still in the depression. I mean, I didn't do anything that I didn't absolutely have to do. I mean, I was to the point to where on my off days, I would sleep most of the day. I would get up at like 9:30, eat, and then go right back to bed. So, did absolutely nothing. Yes, I still worked, and I did a good job at work, but I was using all my, energy just for that, and otherwise I was just dead to the world, basically in my own little bubble, which is, of course, a part of addiction. So exercise, that was like, I really didn't want to do it. And I was like, I'm gonna skip it, and I did. But I'll tell you a way how to get around that, and it's perfect. So the next part's nutrition. You're supposed to eat like a lot of protein, a lot of like greens, vegetables, basically anything that comes from the earth. That's what you need to be eating, and the more protein, the better. The supplements, that's the biggest thing for me, and that is what helps with the withdrawals. So here's all the supplements that I have, which include other things, which I'll explain later. So, like, that's everything all together. I'll get back to that in a minute, but so the next part of the 4 pillars plan is emotional and spiritual. Okay, well, if you don't believe in God, that could be a problem. That's what I thought. So luckily I got to looking, like before, like a few years ago, I had really bad insomnia, and so I was searching on YouTube, like sleep music, and I found things called hertz and like isochronic tones, however you say that. And so I started listening to that, and then I was listening to the guided meditation ones that has the hertz and the tones in it, and wow, like I could finally fall asleep. Like, used to, I would be literally up, tossing, turning all night. I would finally, like, say 9:30, the latest at 10. I would finally fall asleep, but that's only because I was so exhausted from flipping and flopping all night. But anyways, I realized once I started watching those videos that I felt better. So for like 6 to 8 months, I listened to that every single night. I sometimes changed it up different ones, but it it cured my insomnia. And now I don't have to listen to that just to fall asleep. So that's pretty cool. But so that the emotional and spiritual thing is basically, like, for me, meditation and yoga. And like I know, like, when I was younger, I was like, meditation and yoga, I was like, that just sounds so, like, I don't know, like lame or something. And I just never understood it. But I guess you have to be in that, like, frame of mind to, like, you have to want to better yourself to be open to even trying it. And but I'd been doing a lot of searching and seeing where yoga and meditation is one of the most powerful things you could do for addiction. And so I was like, well, I mean, I'll try it. And wow, like, I was absolutely amazed. Like, it's like, it just feels like everything is lifted up and away. You feel like centered. You feel like you feel okay with yourself. You're happy, like, with yourself. I mean, at the time when I was in my addiction, I still wasn't truly happy with myself, but I was becoming happy with myself. Like, I was trying, and it felt good. And like the yoga, where you're stretching and building your muscles, and where you're holding poses, you're having to use your mind to do that. And if you're in withdrawal, that's going to get your mind off of it, and you're going to focus all that horrible, crappy energy that you're feeling from withdrawals. It just focuses all on the moves and the stretches, and like, it's really awesome. So if you've never tried it, just look it up on YouTube, like beginner yoga, or beginner meditation, or teach me how to meditate, stuff like that. But you'll really be surprised. Like, that was such a huge leap. And for me, that's also a spiritual thing. Just being one with yourself. It's just really peaceful. And it basically gets you in the frame of mind that you need to be in. Like, you have to want it. You have to want to be off of it. And doing that really helps you. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you all the supplements that I use. And this was during the taper, where, say, you start out at 2 milligrams and you do it, say, 7 to 14 days, and then you cut down to like 1.5, and you do that for 2 weeks or so, and you just keep on going down. Let's see, I think they have it set up to be completed in 80 days, but like, each time you step down, you do have a little bit of the withdrawal symptoms. It's like, it's nothing unbearable, like I work during it all. It's just like a little bit uncomfortable. So I wanted to speed it up. So I did the major, like I did the major increments in like 14 days, but once it got down to like 1 milligram, that's when I did it like for 1 week, and then I cut down, stuff like that. Now I will say that the lowest I did get was 0.5 milligrams, and the next step was you could either cut that 0.5 in half and do that, or you could just skip a day. Well, like just skipping a day, like I tried week after week after week. I was like, okay, today I'm feeling good. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna do it today, but I always ended up doing it, and it's like I just I could not stop. Like 0.5 was like, that was the lowest that I could get. Like I couldn't like just stop. And it was also at that time, I'd been doing it. I'd been, tapering down for so long. Like, it's a lot of work, and you had to put you feel like you're putting everything that you have, like every ounce of being in it. Like you're really trying to just do this thing. Well, so I was feeling a lot better. I was feeling a lot clear-minded, which was nice. Well, so I finally wanted to start hanging out with people. Like, this is embarrassing, but I have not hung out with really anybody in about 7 years. Like, I've just isolated myself. Like, I don't know. That's crazy to me, but I did. So anyways, I wanted to start getting out, enjoying life, because at that time I was able. And so I would hang out with my other half and his friends. Well, they all love to have a good time, just like I used to have. I mean, they're not snorting pills and stuff, but they're getting high. They're drinking alcohol and, things that make you, like, not act yourself. And so that was like really, really hard for me. Like, the first time I went and seen him like act out of his mind, it, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but that like really hurt. Cause I feel like, so when you're in the addiction, when you're depressed, you don't really care anything about yourself. So I originally, I was wanting to get better for both of us, but I mean, it was really mainly him, because to be honest, I could care less about myself. So, just to see him like that was super upsetting. But I kept hanging out, and then I just got to the point to where I was having a lot of like like thoughts like I really want to do, it's like I want to snort Suboxone, I want to snort stuff, I want to be happy, they're having the time of their life. Well, I don't want to just be over here, just being boring. I want to have fun too. So I eventually started, occasionally, I guess you could say recreationally, snorting stuff. And it started out like, say I'd buy one Suboxone a month, and I would just use it like when I would hang out with them and stuff. And when I did use it, like when I was with them, it made me feel nasty. Like I really, really, really wanted to get better. And one thing I forgot to mention, I did ask him to stop, and he never did. And so that, no, I could understand him not stopping if he was addicted to, say, alcohol or whatever, but he says that he's not. Anyway, so he just kept on, and so then I just kept on. So then it came to where I was buying one every 2 weeks, and then at the end it was like once a week, and I did that for like 3 weeks. And I'm like, as long as I'm doing this, I'm never gonna get better, and like I have to get better. Like living in addiction / depression, like it's not living. You're not enjoying nothing. Like I'm getting older. Like I don't want to be like, I'm 33 right now. Like I've already wasted almost 10 years, and those 10 years should have been the best years of my life, I think. But so, I was just thinking, I don't want to get older and still have the same problem, and then, here comes, who knows, say here comes 50 and I'm still a drug addict, and there's your whole life. I mean, not your whole life, but basically, sorry for the people who are older than 50, but those are probably the best years of your life. I mean, that's just my train of thought about it. But it would just really suck to just never get better. So, anyways, I at that time, that's when I said I have to get off everything. Like I have to stop using Suboxone strips, absolutely everything, because I just feel like, if I don't stop, when something upsets me, I'm always gonna go back. I'm gonna go take some more strips. I'll feel better, or if something really upsets me, I'll go buy a Suboxone or Suboxone pill, that way I can snort it, that way I can feel, really good. But so anyway, right now I'm on day 12, absolutely nothing. So I can definitely tell you that yes, it's so true. Like, like now when I get upset, because things still happen, things still, something's always going on, but I bounce right back. And of course it doesn't happen all at once. It about the 6th, 7th day, is when you start to feel more normal, and you can just finally feel your feelings again, and you can be mad, and it's not gonna like ruin your day. I don't know about you all, but if I got upset, like I got so upset that I could be upset for maybe a week just over something like hurtful, something that hurt my feelings, that could upset me a week. I mean, who knows, even longer. It's like things really, really got me down. But now, I'm happy, and if something does upset me, yeah, I'm mad. But give me about 30 minutes, maybe at the most like 40, maybe an hour, and then I'm fine. And so that is huge for me. So that's like really awesome. But so back to the supplements, which is like the main part of when you're tapering down. I still use this. It's amazing. It's called Calm Support. It takes it a minute to focus. Dear Lord. Really? That's annoying. Well, anyway, it's Calm Support, and it's for opiate withdrawal, or it says opiate withdrawal aid program. It works amazing. It says you can take up to like 4 a day. When I very first started my taper, I did try 4, like for 1 or 2 days, but like it was just too much. It was like I felt too like wired up. So 2 a day was good for me, and then as the tapers got smoother and like closer together, I ended up just taking 1 of these a day, and I was fine. Just to let you know, it's the exact same thing, Calm Support, but now, let's see, where is it? Now, it says stress relief and relaxation support instead of saying opiate withdrawal aid program. That sort of I was like, that's weird when I first seen it, but it's the exactly same thing. But I'm super glad that they did that, because used to at work I would take the Calm Support, and people would be like, "What are you taking?" I was like, "I'm taking vitamins," and then of course they say, "Well, what is it?" And I try to be the most honest person I can be, but I normally lied on that one, because I did not want them to go home and be like, "Oh, I want to get some," and let me type in Calm Support, and then they say, "Oh, it says opiate withdrawal." Well, why would he need that? So that was just embarrassing for one. So I am glad that they changed the wording on the packaging. That's pretty cool. This is something super important. D-L-phenylalanine. It's also called DLPA for short. It says that you can take up to like 2,000 milligrams a day. When I was first doing the taper, I would do 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. Like, I still take this to this day. Like right now, I only take it in the mornings, but I mean, I've been taking this for months and months now, so I don't like need it as much. Like, this might sound silly, but just an awesome multivitamin. I actually have a friend that's going through the same process as me. Like, we're both trying to get clean, and so she got the women's energy, and like, she can tell a big difference, as so can I. Like, I've run out of these before, and like, you just don't feel as energetic. Now there's these two, like, I don't really think that you would actually have to buy these. Like, near the end, when I was at 0.5 milligrams, I got to where like my muscles would hurt and stuff, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna try this, and it did really help. So I mean, it does help, but like, if you're trying to save money and do it the cheapest way, you don't have to have these. But this is glycine, and then L-leucine, however you say that. And honestly, it says you can take like a crap load a day, but I don't. I just took 2 a day of each, cause like I didn't eat as much as I should have, so like, taking all the amino acids, vitamins, supplements, you know, it could be too much. So that's why I just stuck with the very minimal during the taper. So basically, when you are tapering, you're gonna feel some of the withdrawals. The cool thing about calm support, it takes away the yawns, it takes away the runny nose, sneezes, helps with sneezes, and it just helps with so many other things. Like, it almost covers all the withdrawals, almost. And so that's really helped me so much. But each time that you step down, you know, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna know it. Once you get to, like, I'd say around 1 milligram, you'll start to feel more clear-minded. And once you feel more clear-minded, then that sort of gives you some motivation, and it gives you some motivation to really try to quit. Like I said, I got to 0.5 milligrams, and like, I was not able to just say, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna take any today. Like, just was not gonna happen. Okay, so that's about it for this video. So my next video, that's gonna be how I just quit Suboxone altogether, and I'll tell you what I used and what I done, and I swear, like it was there's a few days that was really bad, but it wasn't much worse than the step downs, because like the step downs are gradual over weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's like it feels like it's drawn out. Well, like when you just stop altogether, there's things that I use to help with the withdrawal, so they're not bad at all, to be honest. But like if I had it all over to do, if I had it to do all over again, once I got to 1 milligram, I would have quit altogether, because it's like you're prolonging your withdrawals. It's like you're always having little withdrawals, and it's just nice just to get it over with. So that's about it for this video. I hope that I could help somebody. So y'all have a good one. See ya.